money on your meat and groceries. Now through July 21st, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce bacon wrap tenderloin for $4.99 each. St. Louis spare ribs for $2.88 per pound. All natural whole Boston pork butt for $1.88 per pound. 93% lean ground beef for $4.99 per pound in a 10-pound tube. And Boulevard 6-packs for just $5.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy Tuesday. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. We are Old School. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 168th and Maple up there in the Metro. Great crossover there with Strick. We'll dive into it, DP, with famous fathers and sons following their steps, or when every father's famous, but then when the sons leapfrog the dads, all based off of obviously Jaylen Brown was sitting courtside with some company, we'll say, and we're watching Bronny, and he got caught not with a hot mic but with a hot lip reader, saying that Bronny wasn't a pro. I think the young lady said, well, he'll probably be in the G League, and then Jaylen Brown was like, hey, he pretty much said it's just because of his dad. Then quickly and very smartly tried to walk it back, but actually the damage is done, which is very interesting because obviously that's what he thinks. And then probably the last part, he probably wanted to walk back the most, not thinking ahead, because very quickly, or however when he decides, Jaylen Brown will potentially have a son or daughter that are going to be walking in his footsteps, and will be facing the same rhetoric and assumptions and quote unquote hate. And it's very interesting because when you think about some of the heroes of our day right now, present day, and dads that played before, it's an interesting dynamic. And obviously with Bronny, it's the main thing during NBA Summer League that's relevant, besides the USA team looking like they were playing after a Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, I mean, we get too finite in describing how we think things should be versus, hey man, there's another perspective. There's another vantage. The whole Bronny conversation is weird in the sense that, one, he doesn't need to do this. Bronny doesn't need money.
No,
he doesn't need to do this. Like he doesn't need to do this. And you're choosing to do it. LeBron doesn't have to do it for him. He's choosing to do it.
Sure.
That if my daughter came to me today and said she wanted to be a broadcaster, what do you think I would do?
Well, look at Joe Buck.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe
all
Buck.
of them.
Yeah. Well, Joe Buck
The
is.
kid-
I mean, you got to think he essentially leapfrogged everybody and was just. I mean,
it's the whole like.
yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I think it's weird. And obviously, look, he's not a first round pick. Obviously, you couldn't even really fairly evaluate his freshman year at USC. But people don't understand that one thing that I've seen, and the only reason because I know from experience, is Bronny at a very young age decided. Now, I'm sure it came with the help of his dad, and obviously they got a pretty strong family structure and very like protective of what they do inside their house. But he's his own man, and he let you know that he was his own man. He said, "Listen, my goal is to get drafted. I want to get to the NBA and get better, and then try to make a roster." But he said, if it doesn't, I already have a 4-year deal set up with that streaming company. So he's just letting you know this basketball thing is just basketball. People glossed over it, didn't understand what he was saying. And then obviously, being LeBron's son, and look, man, he got drafted by where his dad's playing. People are always going to evaluate him. And obviously, he's 0 for 15 on threes. Not scoring at the clip that they probably would like. And I don't really think if he scored 10 points a game, they would say, oh, that's luck, or it's just summer league. The fact that he's not scoring, they're like, well, now he can't play. So either nothing that anything besides astronomical numbers and production would never be good enough, no matter if it was decent numbers or the numbers he has right now.
This is what's funny, right? So let's Nebraska-ize this, right? 3 years ago, run into Sam Hoiberg. Right? Sam had a good high school career at Pius. Right? He had a good career.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not the best player in the state, but a good player.
Yeah.
Would he, if his name was Sam Smith, would he have been the walk-on at the University of Nebraska? No.
Yeah. No, I mean, no.
No.
But yeah, your point is right.
And for all of this, what he did is he got in the system and then worked his tail off to be a contributor, first to get considered and to get respect, and then to contribute. And he contributed more in year 3 than he did in year 1. Fair statement?
Oh, for sure.
Right?
I think in year 1, he just was earning his stripes, getting in, when they ain't even
literally
they pushing stop on the record.
Literally, it's year 1 for Bronny, and day 1, month 1.
Yeah.
What happens in Bronny's career, we don't know, because he may figure out, you know what? Maybe it's my job to be lockdown defender, Bronny James.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my job to be film study, Bronny. Maybe it's my job to be ball handler, press break, Bronny. We don't know. We didn't know what Sam Hoiberg was going to be. Sam Hoiberg is not going to lead the Huskers in scoring this year. So we can't use that as a metric as to the value, his value to the team, or his value as a basketball player.
Right.
We can't. You literally can't. You can't do that. You can't go, you know what? That boy Sam is never going to be the shooter his daddy was. Of course he wasn't.
Right. The game is different. First of all, they're built different. Fred's considerably taller than Sam. LeBron's considerably taller than Bronny. People can fret at the politics and stuff. Go into any business. I mean, there's people around here getting handed down business, and then some people. I will tell you, we had a coach here at Nebraska started on third, and he'll tell you he hit a triple.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just interesting. I remember, a former teammate trying to tell me like how I got like I got here.
You're a foreman.
Right. I was like, bro, listen here. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know me, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, if that's how you operate, that's fine. Let me tell you about Chuck Foreman. He let me tell you something. His rule was, he's like, I will never talk to a coach unless he disrespects you or disrespects our name. He said, I would never talk to a coach about scheme, playing time, or anything like that.
And he had planted in you that you were going to work harder than everybody else because you're a foreman.
And he said, listen, the deck's stacked against you. And it is what it is. You can either pout about it or figure it out. And that's what he always told me, figure it out. When he would come to games in high school, you try to find out, he would be so far up there. And if the game was a big game, like we play rivals, he used to have this, he used to park his car, especially when it was cold. He'd park his car and be like in the back there. He's like, just do your thing. When we got in the car, he was like, hey man, this is what you could, you did this, but look at it like this. This is what you need. He taught me the game there, but he never came out there and did that, man.
I understand that people feel some sort of way about LeBron,
sure,
pro or con, whatever way that is. Remove that from the conversation. Tell me that literally the American dream is provide opportunity for your children to have a better life than you did, to have another path, to have every path available to them as that you can provide,
right?
That you can help provide. That's literally the job as a parent is to do those things and to put characteristics and traits in it that he's willing to go and take the heat for being a James son.
Yeah.
And
it's not easy.
Right. It's just not.
There's a reason why Jack Nicklaus, his oldest son, was actually pretty dang good at golf. There's a reason why the others didn't end up doing it. Now, granted, there's other situations, right? Now we're seeing Tiger Woods' son coming up. There's plenty of them that decided to take another. But look you had Michael Jordan and his sons. One was at UCF, and you're never. I mean, I always say this, but this is why I always tell people about Jordan or LeBron and Jordan. This is why, to a lot of people's like mine, LeBron will never be as good as Jordan. It's a present day book that's getting written versus a all-time seller that keeps selling that's already written. It's history. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the other ones, so it's always interesting. We got a couple texters here. He says Bronny would benefit from the G League, the athletics. I do think that also as well. 2887 says comparing Bronny and Sam is not apples to apples because walk on versus draft pick. It's not. It's more or less the dad and the son. That's just what you're comparing to.
Did his daddy help him get on the roster?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did his daddy help him get an opportunity? Do they share the same last name, playing the same sport, built different, playing different positions? Okay,
yeah.
Tell me how at Apple.
The only time I've ever seen a dad that didn't help his son was named Karl Malone and Karl Malone and his kid. Right? He said, "Hey, you bigger than me. You look just like me. You go play football, but you still like my kid." Anyways, all jokes aside. Hey, all jokes
Leave
aside.
that man alone. I don't want him calling me, talking about with your boy. Get your mans.
Mailman. Hey, mailman. I hear you. But anyways, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to look at DP. I'm going to tell you about
wait a minute. I'm looking through the glass window there. Hey, Anaya Davis. How are you? How you doing, Anaya? Hey, aren't you Aaron Davis's daughter?
Yeah. You got to start public speaking, man. Anyways, we'll take a quick break. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through July 16th is spend $30, get 2 New York strips for free. Also, 10% off all beef jerky. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hey, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. It's official. Wedding season is here, and we know that every detail counts. From bridal party gifts to the finishing touches for the bride and groom, discover our exclusive selection of watches and fine jewelry. Did you know we even offer in-house engraving? Celebrate your special day with a personal touch and a timeless gift they'll cherish forever. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny. An afternoon high around 88. Tonight, a chance of showers and storms from over that low around 65. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. See an afternoon high around 82. And meteorologist Kyle Puckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through July 21st, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce bacon wrap tenderloin for $4.99 each. St. Louis spare ribs for $2.88 per pound. All natural whole Boston pork butt for $1.88 per pound. 93% lean ground beef for $4.99 per pound in a 10-pound tube. And Boulevard 6-packs for just $5.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries. Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, second segment. Jay Foreman, DP Austin Orman, old school. We're diving into a little father-son, son-father combos. And DP, I came to the conclusion that realistically, when the father plays a sport and he's just by all purposes is good, the son generally comes along and ends up being great. And then when the father is great, the sons struggle with either being good or just making it. It's an interesting dynamic because, and Strick brought it up between me and Anthony Dorsett. We went to the other side of the ball and played.
Yeah.
And then you have it, where you had Archie Manning, who was a good quarterback, but he's nowhere near. He wasn't. I'm being nice. Look,
Yeah.
He was nowhere near Peyton and Eli. And it's the interesting dynamic because, obviously with the Bronny thing, people are you really expecting him to be LeBron James? I mean, he's not even built like his dad. There's realistically the best thing he could do is end up being, like Austin said, a Drew Holiday, and that would be exceeding expectations. But it's always, very interesting as these guys coming up, and Team USA 17U has a ton of former NBA players' sons that are going to be pretty special. But up until now, at least football wise, I'd probably say just Clay Matthews and Clay Matthews Sr., Bruce Matthews and his son that plays down in Atlanta. But it's very hard to either follow in those footsteps, but then you some of them exceed them.
Here's one on the come up: Marvin Harrison and Jr.
Now we'll see. Now that's we'll see. But his dad's a Hall of Famer, so he's got Hall of Fame talent. I think he's got all the tools. He's actually in a better position than his dad because he's way bigger than he's like 5 or 6 inches taller than his dad. Now he plays for the Cardinals. The GM isn't Polian. You don't got Peyton. You got Pocket Hercules. So we'll see how it starts. But he has the potential, realistically, to be better than his dad, and that's a tall task because his dad's a Hall of Famer.
I'll take it back to people from my neighborhood. So there's Terry Metcalf, who played for the St. Louis Cardinals, Pro Bowl caliber, he and your dad were the ones that changed how the running back position was played. Pass catcher, elite, all pro level kick returner, punt returner, etc. And then his son Eric comes along later, a little smaller, a little faster,
more sleek,
a different level of explosive. But it builds itself that one, if you're talking about a dad becoming elite, good enough to be a pro. Okay, that beats every metric that we can possibly think of, right? Yeah. And then to get a son or daughter
that goes and does it,
that also goes and gets at that level. Listen, the fact that you're talking about Bronny at all beats the metric.
Sure, yeah.
Like, it beats the metric. He's better than everybody criticizing him, or most people criticizing him. Right. If another professional, air quotes, right, a guy who's getting paid same as you are, criticizes you, okay, that's just peer talk.
Yeah.
But for fans to sit back and say, well, he only scored 4 points at USC, you don't even know how many points people scored in college in most cases. You know Bronny because he's Bronny. Yeah. If his name was Bronny Simpson, you wouldn't know. And it's like, stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like it's really interesting I never really looked at it and understood. Now, granted, I didn't play running back, and I had to talk with my dad. Well, first of all, Lawrence Phillips changed my mind anyways, but there was places that I knew I could go in and play running back. But he was like, for every yard that you get, you're fighting against 2. He's like, I'm cool. He's like, you can. I mean, Coach Osborne said, look, you can run. We know you can put it in the end zone, but it's different dynamics to it, and that's part of growing up in that type of environment. And Bronny's handled it pretty good. Now, look, he needs to play better. I mean, if he knows he's got to perform better. It will take him a little while. Being 6'1", playing in the NBA is a difficult task, right? You got to think, when you look out on the court, Steph Curry I've met Steph Curry. I know Dale. And look, his dad is a legendary 3-point shooter. His son is obliterated his dad. And it's almost like Seth is catching him. You know what I mean?
But you literally have to. I mean, it's that the Curry family is Manning good.
Oh yeah,
right. In fact, you have multiple. The Matthews family is that good.
Oh yeah,
that
they just didn't play quarterback,
right? That they produced athletes who succeeded at that level. We can look at pitchers who Bedrosian, who there's a dad and otherwise.
Or Vlad Jr. and Vlad Sr.
Right.
You know, you had
it's exceptional.
Yeah.
To even be in the conversation.
Bichette.
Yeah,
Bichette, Dante and Bo Bichette.
It's exceptional.
I remember when Roger Clemens' son was coming up, and he was pitching for. I think he pitched for Texas, and then he went and he was pitching for the AAA. Here's what's funny. Here's how people change the narrative. He was pitching for the AAA affiliate on the outskirts of Houston. Cody was. His dad essentially came out of retirement and pitched with his kid.
Yeah,
people thought it was the coolest thing ever. Now, it's different because Roger wasn't playing for the Astros and his son got, picked. But it's, I'd probably say football wise, bloodline wise, it'd be very hard for me to say that the Matthews families isn't the number one bloodline because you had 2 Hall of Fame dads, right? Bruce and Clay Sr. And the 2 sons one's still playing, one's retired. Both of them were first round picks. Clay Matthews Jr. made a legendary play in the Super Bowl. Right, so he cemented himself in history, and he made multiple Pro Bowls. Same with the son that plays left tackle for the Falcons,
Earnhardt.
Yeah. In racing, they're probably about the same, right? Because remember, Dale Sr. didn't break through until very late in his career, and then the younger one broke through earlier.
How about the whole family? Bobby and Brett are like you. You have to have that discussion.
Yeah,
you go, wait a minute.
hockey wise, for sure.
Hey, here's to me, the Bonds family is the discussion because Bobby was such a freak athlete, and then to go above and beyond, like Bobby was a better player than Ken Griffey Sr.
Yeah,
right, and then you measure up and go, dang, y'all really good.
Let's toss a little wrench into this conversation here. Fathers whose sons played a different sport, Calvin and Grant Hill.
Yeah, because you know them.
Yeah,
because I know them, and I watched baby Grant Hill grow, and to know that Grant Hill would have been Calvin Johnson in the NFL as a pass receiver. Like I saw him. Yeah. That's a dude.
I mean, that's pretty cool. That, like, where you got, Grant Hill and Calvin. Obviously, Grant Hill was better than his dad at the, Prospective Sports. Who else you got?
Well, Calvin had didn't he have? He had 3 Pro Bowls.
Yeah, well, Grant Hill's one of the. Grant Hill's the modern day version of what you got right now.
Text line is throwing a few out. Kevin and Craig Biggio. My boy Bobby Witt Jr. and his dad, and then also his brothers.
You had to do.
The text line did it not me. The text line made me. I'll get back to football. Someone said the Surtans.
Yeah.
Patrick 1 and 2, and then the Joey Porters.
Okay, well, here we're gonna pump the brakes there, right? Because Joey Porter, I think, eventually should get into the Pro Bowl or into the Hall of Fame. He's cold-blooded. And for all you receivers out there, I tackled him as a receiver. So if you ever get switched to the other side of the ball, just Google Joey Porter, and you'll be okay. And then you got the Surtans. Both of them were cold-blooded. You talking about, and with him and Sam Madison, they were the 2 roughest lockdown corners. The same thing. I think Surtain is the best corner going right now. So I would say probably the son is on the way to leapfrog because he's in the top 50 players now. I sent you that, right? So I think his son is on the way to leapfrogging his dad. Now the game's different, right? Joey Porter Jr. is on the way on the cusp. He's actually, his career is kind of like going along the same path as Joey, right? When Joey came in, he was playing behind like Jason Gilden and all those guys and had to wait his turn. Joey Porter Jr. didn't start right away. Then he started. So those are probably. I mean, there's very small samples of it. There's more of the majority.
The fielder name when you forget how good Prince was.
Yeah,
Pete Prince.
And then he just dipped.
Like I'm out.
He's like, Dad, some hamburgers got good. Yeah,
yeah. The Long family.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
right.
Those 2. Yeah, and
Petty's in NASCAR.
Hold on, the Long family. Right, you got the Kyle, right? And then Kyle was the offensive lineman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then the D
Chris.
and Chris is the D. Yeah, so yeah, they're both of them first round picks, both of them multiple Pro Bowls.
The Alomar family.
Yeah.
Because
and I say Roberto Alomar Jr., the short stat, was probably the real deal.
And Roberto with Dad.
Yeah.
Because Dad, again, steadfast. The Ripken family.
Yeah, but Cal's hard to. The dad, it wasn't good as Cal, but yeah, that's it. I mean,
but the dad coached for 45 years.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going to give him a little credit. And of course, today we have to shout out the Bryant family with Jelly Bean passing today.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, on the flip side of that, some celebratory news. David Ortiz's son got drafted by the Red Sox.
That means I'm old, man.
D'Angelo Ortiz.
Let me tell you, before we go to break, I'm going to tell you my David Ortiz story. It's one of the coolest things, and I'm sure if I met him, he probably don't even remember. My cousin worked at the downtown Marriott in Minneapolis, and so it's the off season for me. So I was living back in Minnesota, and so I'd come back, and he was like, "Hey, I got to work to, 10, and he's like, come pick me up." So, hey, and he's been telling me about David Ortiz, right? And back then, if you hit 30 home runs, you were like the power hitter in the league. And so he's been telling me about David Ortiz because David Ortiz was staying sometimes, when his family come in, they stay at the Marriott. So go and, he calls him down, meet him. And he didn't speak very good English then. And he's like, my man. He's like, I just want to hit 20 home runs and 100 RBIs. And I want to get paid $1 million, right? That was kind of like the benchmark. Well, Carl Pohlad is notoriously cheap, right? The only person that he paid was Kirby Puckett, and he was reluctant. He actually kept Kirby Puckett on payroll later because he didn't pay him, during it. And it was so cool to meet David Ortiz, and he left, and he went to Boston because the Twins wouldn't pay him $1 million, and he ends up being a Hall of Famer and a legendary player. And if you think about it, you always think about what would his career have been if he stayed? What would have happened, if he went to another team? What would have happened if he didn't hit that 20th home run? You know what I mean? Just that one team didn't want to pay you. And it's pretty cool to see. I'm sure he's pretty excited for his son to, go through that Red Sox organization.
And I caught him when we came through Salt Lake. And he was like a giraffe. Like you kept seeing him, waiting for his body to catch up.
Yeah.
To the cerebral part, and then once it did, he was a rocket ship.
Yeah.
In boxing and wrestling, pro wrestling, the families run deep.
Oh sure. I mean, yeah, that's definitely family business, especially in those
like
two
the Von Erichs,
the Flairs, all of them, Rocky and all them. I mean, Rocky. I mean, so that's the way it is. That's a totally different atmosphere. But in these type of big time sports, it's a little different. I mean, you got to think, Austin, before we go to break, you talk about somebody doing something different. We got one right on our own on the Nebraska team. Van Poppel plays defensive line. His dad was a pitcher. You talk about the opposite. You got a pitcher in a non-combative sport, contact sport, and you got a big old son that's playing
Going up on 4th and 1.
D-line of all things in the Big Ten. So there's always a different way to skin a cat, man. Good segment. We're going to take a quick break, come back. At the bottom of 4 o'clock hour, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln. The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Evan Cooper was Matt Rule's dude, right, with prospect identification. How do you think Nebraska's philosophy and process changed with Evan Cooper out the door?
That's such a great question. Turn back towards, Sean Padden and Ryan Callahan and Vince Ginta and those guys that are in the recruiting room. They're no slouches.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman, old school. I would not be a good sports talk person if I didn't ask you 2 things. Number one, thoughts on the home run derby last night, and then also on the All-Star game tonight. Obviously, your boy Skeezy, that's what I call him. Skeezy is the he's the new toy. Going to be putting his fastball on display for about an inning, I bet. So what would you think? Your thoughts on the home run contest beyond the probably leapfrog Carl Lewis's national anthem. But besides that, what was your thoughts on the home run contest?
I'm getting dangerously close to thinking of the home run derby the same way I do the slam dunk contest. It's getting really close.
Now, is that because you want more stars in it?
Listen, give me the monsters, man.
They had it they had it when Judge was in it.
No. I need all the monsters. Like if it's a showcase event, give me the showcase. Let me sit in awe with my jaw on the ground, amazed at what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't need to see guys that, again, if they walked down the street, I wouldn't know who they were.
Right. Yeah.
Like no fact, like that's not it's a real thing that it's all-star home run hitting contest. And all-star is not just this year. It's give me the big boys. There's the joke, don't give me Greg Maddux and Tommy Glavine and say Chick digs the long ball so that I'll be entertained. Get me the monsters. Let me watch them. I'm getting really close to not paying attention.
Thoughts, Austin?
Agree that generally, yes, I would like more of the stars. I think that's a great way for MLB because these all-star games and weekends are supposed to be ways for the sport to advertise itself and sell itself. And if you're not sending the best of the best, what's the point of doing it? But also, I do think that an all-star is a snapshot in time to some degree because you have some legacy inclusions, but I think those should be, if they play in a bad team, sure, give it to the legacy guy. But part of what makes all-star fun is, hey, this guy's having a surprisingly good year. Maybe the first time in his career, give him the nod, right? It's cool to see some of these new faces get introduced.
That's so participation trophy. But
it tells the story of the league this year, right?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who was in the home run hitting contest 5 years ago? No idea. The snapshot in time doesn't sell. It does. I don't, as a fan, as a baseball purist, I don't care that, quite frankly, you're a flash in the pan. Get me the dudes. It's the showcase.
But do you remember who won the game either?
No.
You don't. And
that's kind of my thing. I don't make it meaningful. I like the idea when people actually cared about winning the All-Star game. Like when people play the blending of the leagues has sort of neutralized some
ruined
of
it. Mm-hmm.
But because there was no us versus them.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just kind of us versus us. But here's the thing. If you tell me that the 5 biggest names in baseball are in the All-Star home run derby, I'm watching. If you tell me that it's players 22, 37, 62, and 83, bruh, I might as well go somewhere. Stop it. Give me the juice, man.
Can there be a balance, though, between having the big names and creating the big names? Isn't that kind of the purpose of the weekend as well for baseball to figure out who it wants to hitch its wagon to?
I think Pete Alonso made a name for himself at the home run contest, and obviously parlayed that into being obviously he was a great player anyways. I think it's a little bit of a catch-22 because you got some guys are just purely home run hitters, right? What's the dude that was at the Reds is he with
Adam
Boston?
Dunn.
Yeah, right. What does he bat, like 180?
Yeah, Adam Dunn, Mark Reynolds, Chris Davis. The list goes on.
Yeah, but if David Kingman walked up at any point hitting 200 and is in a home run contest, I'm watching.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm watching. So was Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Marcell Ozuna, Rafael Devers, Jose Ramirez, Juan Soto, Bryce Harper. Those are in all of the top 10.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm not watching that.
Hosey kind of sucked last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
we got a good texter here. He said most all-stars aren't power hitters. So I mean, I get it.
Well, but the home run derby,
the home run derby should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of it plays. Everything's got to align though to get the stars. You got to think with Shohei. He's coming off injuries. You got to they got to be healthy. Like Bryce Harper, he's just kind of working himself back in it. You can't,
nobody's healthy in game 81. Nobody's healthy.
if you have what did Ohtani had last year? Was it Tommy John?
Yeah.
Tommy
John. On the offseason.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's different than being
he
dinged up.
leads Major League Baseball in home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Harper did the same thing after he had Tommy John moved to first base and raked for a year.
Right. And so it's their choice health wise. So you gotta.
Are you an ambassador for the game, or are you just taking all the money? Like, what do you? I mean, at some point, give back. Like, this is the whole discussion we had with the NBA slam dunk contest. Oh, I'm too valuable to participate in such a thing. No,
Right.
Listen, man. At some point, be an ambassador for the game. Give back to it.
But
be a
they've
showcase.
both been in it before, though, right? Harper and Ohtani.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've done it before. I mean, it's a choice after that. They need to make sure. I mean, I think also if you're gonna kind of, I wouldn't say strong arm them, but highly encourage them to play, you're gonna have to maybe change it a little bit. Maybe just go who can hit it the farthest.
You have money. You have money. You're literally charging a king's ransom for
That's
tickets to the event. The TV rights to it. You're selling. You pay more. Are you ready for this? You pay more for some of the celebrities to play in the celebrity game than you do the players in the game. Stop it. Like, bad business. Can we just stop it? Like, just tell me, listen. So tomorrow night, down at Haymarket Park, Shohei Ohtani is taking batting practice. It sells out, correct?
Probably.
No doubt.
I hope
Bryce
so.
Harper, Juan Soto. If Brent Rooker was announced as taking batting practice while he has 20 home runs, you might get half the crowd to come down and watch him take BP. Right?
I don't even think that much.
Listen,
we've also made it this far without mentioning Bobby Witt Jr. So let's just not forget the show he
But
put
if
on.
Bobby Witt Jr. is taking BP down there, the star factor alone in this area makes sense to me, which is a whole other thing that I don't understand why the Royals wouldn't drive 2 hours and play against a AAA team. You already go to Omaha, go to Lincoln, and let people see you who will go and buy tickets and drive to Kansas City to see you.
You know, they used to have the Royals caravan, right? Where they
No,
would
but that's
stop
what
over
I'm
in the
saying.
area.
Like-
Why not bring it back? Something like that. Yeah.
It's the thing, right?
Earthquake, well, you've never heard of Brett Rooker? Come on, man. Get your head out of your butt. I don't know who Brent Rooker is. Come on.
Listen. If you could identify him walking down O Street without gear on, come talk to me.
I'm right here, DP.
Come talk to me. Jay Foreman, would you recognize him if he was walking down in front of the studio?
Negative.
There we go.
Negative.
There
Negative.
we go.
Negative. But if he was taking BP, I would go watch, because if he's in ding dongs, I'm there. Anyways, Jay
So
Foreman.
you are about watching home runs being hit. Okay.
Yeah. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. Quick break. We're going to talk about Phil Steele's preseason top 10. Is there somebody missing, or is there somebody in there that shouldn't be? I see one that shouldn't be in there. But Jay, we'll be right back after a quick break.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through July 16th is spend $30, get 2 New York strips for free. Also, 10% off all beef jerky. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through July 21st, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce bacon wrap tenderloin for $4.99 each. St. Louis spare ribs for $2.88 per pound. All natural whole Boston pork butt for $1.88 per pound. 93% lean ground beef for $4.99 per pound in a 10-pound tube. And Boulevard 6-packs for just $5.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Hey, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. It's official. Wedding season is here. And we know that every detail counts. From bridal party gifts to the finishing touches for the bride and groom, discover our exclusive selection of watches and fine jewelry. Did you know we even offer in-house engraving? Celebrate your special day with a personal touch and a timeless gift they'll cherish forever. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top-tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey. I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny. An afternoon high around 88. Tonight, a chance of showers and storms and over that low around 65. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. See an afternoon high around 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, 5 o'clock hour? Jay Foreman, DP Austin Orman, Old School, live in effect from 1040 O Street. Drive time. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Greens and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, here in LNK. Now, as we creep slowly but surely towards the start of the season, Phil Steele, I really, up until last year or two, I didn't get into lists, books, or anything like that. But Phil Steele came out with his preseason top 10. We're going to go from we'll go 10 to 1, right? Number 10, Missouri. Stand on business, Missouri. trying to parlay a great finish from last year, preseason top 10. This is what Phil Steele 2024 projected AP, just to be for clarity. Number 9, Ole Miss. Number 8, the Fighting James Franklin's Penn State. Number 7, former Khaki Man's University, Michigan. Number 6, Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. Number 5, Bama. 4, Oregon. 3, Texas. 2, the Ohio State. Number 1, Georgia. Thoughts?
How many teams get in the playoffs this year?
12.
This is 10, huh? This is 10.
This is the preseason projected AP top 10.
So 3, are we assuming 3 SEC, 4 SEC out of 12? 5?
Well, let's think through the math. So you get 5 automatic bids. So the Power 4 and then the group of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think you add 2 SEC and 2 Big Ten. So there's 9 right there.
So if you don't make the SEC championship, you still get in.
The 3rd place SEC and 3rd place Big Ten should qualify.
Chaos. Pure, unadulterated.
So really everybody's playing for what, 2 or 3 spots?
Pretty much.
If you're outside the Power 5, I mean, because 3 are coming from the 2 big conferences, ACC, Big 12. So now you're at 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got a group of 5. That's 9.
But this doesn't have, in this 10, there's no ACC.
Or Big 12.
Or Big 12.
Yeah, that's what we're...
Or group of 5.
Yeah, that's what we're discussing.
I guess we throw Notre Dame
Notre
in
Dame
there.
is the group of 5. Notre Dame is group of 5. So what you're basically saying is it's a bunch of us, a bunch of them, and none of y'all.
It's the best quote. This is the analogy of what this is. I was down in when I lived in Charlotte. This is when Tiger Woods played the practice round with Michael Jordan. And my boy Charles works at Bank of America. He's the head of security, and he's big. I mean, he's huge, a big old tall dude, about 6'5". Got a deep old voice. And so Tiger Woods on the par 5, I think it might have been 15. We're along the ropes. He didn't slice it, but pushed one to kind of over where we're at. So the ropes just say is a glass. Tiger, and this is at the time, Stevie Williams was his caddy, and Tiger's, he takes it out, does something with the club, chips it on there. It goes up there, zips right back. And Charles is like, hey, Tiger. He's like, what degree? He's like, what degree wedge that is? He's like, I'm trying to work on that in my game. Tiger takes 2 steps forward, looks at it. He's like, it's a 55 degree. He's like, but when I hit this 55 degree, that's why I'm in here and you over there. And thousands of people were laughing. He's like, oh, you got me, Tiger. You got me. So really, it's like, it's letting you know preseason top 10. It's the haves and have-nots.
It is Kendrick Lamar out loud.
Yeah.
That y'all are not like us.
And we'll never be like us. It's set up to be it. So your best bet is to get to 16. But then there's somebody going to creep 4 in there. It's not going to change. The only way this is going to change, this is what people don't understand. And you can say it's not fair. It's not. In the Big Ten and in the SEC,
this
will
has
tell you.
5 SEC teams.
Right. Well, somebody's going to be booty out, right?
5. And then 4 Big Ten.
They bring in the most money. They've dominated college football playoffs, in particular out of the SEC and then obviously Big Ten. So the only way it's going to change is if you guys get it together and change it on the field. You got to change the perception, and then you got to change the reality. They both go hand in hand.
Yeah, but I mean, there are teams from outside of this. I mean, first of all, I don't know, pardon me, but when exactly was the last time Texas won?
Oh, I know. I'm in agreement.
When did Oregon's national title year? What year was that? Oregon won the national title.
No, but Oregon's
Notre Dame
been
was the last
pretty
time.
good.
Wait a minute. Missouri. What they were? Penn State. They were no.
That's why we're asking who should be out.
Ole Miss did. Wait a minute. Did I miss the Ole Miss national championship run? Like Clemson didn't get included. Florida State didn't get, like. There's some teams that have actually found a way in recent years to jump up there, and Ole Miss and Missouri ain't it.
So who do you think has the biggest argument to be a preseason top 10? Who's your pick that should be in there, and then who should be out?
Go ahead, Austin, because I get frustrated at all of this.
I'm somewhere between Utah and Oklahoma State.
Should be in.
Should be in. I think those are your two top teams in the Big 12 this year.
And then who should be out?
Either Michigan or Mizzou.
I like that. I'm gonna say now I'm big. I'll say there's 3 teams that have legitimate arguments they should be in: Clemson, Oklahoma State, and Utah. And maybe
I would add LSU simply from a talent standpoint.
Yeah, but they lost a lot.
And then Florida. Well, yeah, but it's a factory. Like,
you're not going to have another Heisman winner.
Did they lose as much as Missouri has never had?
Yeah, but you lost a first-round pick at receiver, you lost a third-round pick at receiver, and you lost the Heisman winner.
But they've done that before and won immediately.
But Brian Kelly wasn't the coach.
When did Missouri do anything that we're asking LSU
But you
to
have
do?
to these rankings. I picked the 3 that should be in there based on the quarterbacks. So I would probably take out Michigan. I like Missouri's quarterback. I don't think they should be preseason top 10. I like
Burton
him.
might be that dude. Though.
I like him,
Mm-hmm.
but I still don't think the overall team is top 10 worthy.
I'm going to throw Miami, Florida State, and Clemson in the conversation. Say, get in the pool, and somebody will figure it out. Like, somebody's going to get invited to the dance.
Oh, one of them are going to surprise.
Right? And then another one will get close, right? They'll get to the championship game, and that'll be the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We've got quarterbacks. You've got stellar coaching. You've got middle-of-the-field defenders and big boys up front. So for all of those 3 teams, you have a legitimate shot. And all of them.
Florida State don't got a quarterback, though.
Uncle Legle, why are we mad at him?
We're not. We haven't seen anything, though. You think he's going to really be the dude? You think he's going to actually be the guy that leads them?
Yeah.
Over.
Wait a minute. We really talking about Missouri like they somebody.
No.
Like we really.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But okay. Do you think? I'll ask you this: Do you think, Austin, DJ is better than Missouri's quarterback?
It's close. I'd probably give the nod to DJ by a hair.
We've seen him in critical situations.
We've
Even a young version.
And we've seen Missouri's quarterback, and he's cold-blooded.
Who did he beat?
Well, pull it up.
Who did he beat? Let's go through that.
Well, listen, he gonna make a lot more money here pretty soon than maybe DJ's gonna make. We could look at Missouri.
All right, last year,
we
Missouri.
can name a whole bunch of North Carolina quarterbacks that did as well, and it doesn't mean I would make the trade. They're guys that are getting exposure and being in systems, learning things, but we're talking about this year.
Missouri's wins last year were South Dakota, Middle Tennessee State, Kansas State, Memphis, Vandy, Kentucky, South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Arkansas, Ohio State.
Okay. So through all of that, give me a critical moment the quarterback made a play in any of those games.
Ohio State, he was off the chart.
I don't remember a moment, though.
It was the whole game. I mean, it literally was the whole game.
Do people pop? And he doesn't pop for me. I get that he's a quality player.
Right.
I get all of that Missouri and Ole Miss. Okay. You in top 20 conversation, wonderful.
Right.
Tell me that
I agree Missouri should be out.
But top 10? Chill out.
Yeah, Missouri. I think Missouri should be out. The problem I have with Florida State is the same thing with like TCU. Were you a 1-year wonder, and now your quarterback is going? Yes, you can't. I mean, you couldn't have a better transfer portal get than DJ. But
who's the better transfer portal get, DJ or Cam Ward for Miami?
I was going to just say Cam Ward.
Well, that's why I put those in there, right?
For what Miami does. But you also got to look at it. The whole Miami defense is coming back besides Kitchens, right? Versus Florida State pretty much lost their identity on defense.
Both edges.
A linebacker in a corner and kind of like a, I don't know, nickel or whatever you want to call it. That's where I'm looking at the quarterback play and I'm looking at defense.
Okay.
Now, I think Florida State, if I had to rank the guys outside looking in, I like Utah. I like Rising. As long as Rising is healthy, I like Utah. I just think Utah can play anywhere, right? People
get mad at me for my Utah bias, but Like it's just taking.
They've shown now. If Utah was in the SEC, they're not the biggest team, but they can play, right? So I like Utah and I like Rising because I think he's a true leader and he has a ton of experience. Obviously,
and to the text line, literally as we discussed Utah, and he asked me who DJ beat. He beat Utah. So
right,
come on now, like
so,
give me a tough one.
Right.
Give me a tough one. Like, okay, that's all we talking about?
Filled in for Trevor in the COVID year and beat Notre Dame.
Right? I mean, so we understand that in this, that their place to beat Miami in the conversation. He did lose to Notre Dame, but he beat a top 15 Syracuse team. He beat a number 10 North Carolina State team, top 20 Wake Forest team. Yeah, he's got some wins under his belt against some quality opponents. So, yeah, I think the dude can play a little bit.
And Clemson, I think I'm okay with them being in the top 25 or top 50 or top 10 because they bring the quarterback and the running back, and they got a really good receiver coming up. And Clemson's defense is always going to be good. Now, the problem with Clemson, they're just like anti-portal, which that means the ceiling for Clemson has actually gotten lower. But I think if the teams I'm going to put it, Utah, Clemson, and just because of what Miami bring, I saw Miami live in effect, and they got a defensive lineman with the number 44 will be the number 1 pick in the draft. He just flat out on. He's a true freshman last year. Was also ACC, 12 sacks. They bring back so much on defense. Now the problem is whoever the offensive coordinator is that decided to run the ball and lose that game to Georgia Tech, he's still employed. Yeah. So that's a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
And then I always go against James Franklin until James Franklin and Penn State show me that you aren't just benefiting off of when Curtis Enos and them dudes are there. They have never done anything like substantial. They haven't had an upset victory against Michigan or Ohio State. They've lost games that they shouldn't have, but they're always preseason. Now they're gonna have a hellified defense, right? Drew Aller is all potential.
Who do you like more, Aller at Penn State or Klubnik at Clemson?
Man, that's tough. They've both done the same thing. And Klubnik, I'm gonna tell you about Klubnik. So we were down there, right? And that's who Miami was playing, and it got into overtime, and they had a play actually perfectly dialed up. RPO supposed to give to the running back. Guess who kept it? And he got hawked down by the linebacker. And Dabo can say that he's a Christian. When I tell you every word imaginable, when he sprinted down, he got the business. And then obviously with Drew Aller, I just think the expectations were so high for him last year. Because I think you go back to the year before, Clifford actually started to play to his potential, right? What everybody expected to. He was consistent all year. But then once they kind of got out of the Big Ten race, they were like trying to push Aller in there. Remember, they had a midweek press conference about it, or James Franklin did. And then that Ohio State game, that we used to always say when you play Nebraska, you play them twice because you're going to get beat up for the next week. That Ohio State loss and the way he played, it was 3 or 4 weeks. Now, I will tell you this. They got a new offensive coordinator because he did not help out because the idea was just chuck it up deep. Remember James Franklin got into it with the young reporter? He's like, don't you just want to throw it deep? Just like he's like, he said, this isn't PlayStation, so I would probably take Clemson's quarterback, but I'm not thinking like
the current Clemson quarterback or the past Clemson quarterback now playing.
Well, that's questionable. That's questionable because the two that are playing are questionable.
Which one of Dabo's quarterbacks are you talking about?
Both of them.
Can we quickly rank Dabo's quarterbacks at Clemson from Taj Boyd on?
Trevor, and then
in the pros or in college?
I was thinking college.
Deshaun Watson was that dude.
You'd have taken him over Trevor?
Oh yeah,
and the chip.
Deshaun got one too.
Single-handedly.
Okay. Fair.
And his chip got them over the hump.
Fair. But, there's other stuff. There's the other decision making.
Then Trevor. Then Taj.
You would take Deshaun with his bad decision making over Trevor.
We're talking about college.
Okay.
I'm just worried about the field.
Okay.
Then Taj. Taj was before his time. Taj playing now. he's getting NFL love. Legit NFL love. He was cold-blooded too.
Taj is nice, but he's no Homer
Now,
Jordan.
now who's the dude? Hey, who's the dude that transferred to Missouri when Trevor
Kelly
Lawrence?
Bryant.
He was cold-blooded.
Kelly was fine.
He was cold-blooded, but he couldn't hit a broadside of a bomb.
That part.
Yeah, he could. What? He could
Aside
throw.
from the fact that his
Hold
blood got
on.
what color
You guys
paint
are
was
taking it too
It
far.
depends
You're
on what color paint
taking it
was
way
on.
too far. You're taking it way too far. He could throw the deep pass. He just could not hit the intermediate pass.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had to clarify everything.
We're being spiteful
we got
today.
the word police over here. So he could not hit the intermediate passes. And it's funny. He could throw the swing passes. He could throw the smoke screen. He could do everything else. He could throw the jailbreak screen. He could do the fake handoff, throw it to the tight end. We call it the you know what screen. But
10 to 17. No,
but anything 10 to 17 in between them hashes, it's
no,
pick
sir.
six.
Here you go.
What's the dude, Ramsey, the quarterback from Florida State? Dude, he got drafted off him that night. He was sitting there and cluing in like cover 3, and it was the receiver was on the hash. He threw it out there in the corner. Thank you. And then he's like, "Oh, I gotta go catch it." And you wonder why you got benched. So
Too funny.
Anyways,
leave that man alone. He had a night.
Where is he?
Ooh, let me find this before I go to break real quick.
Look at Austin.
We're gonna go to Black.
Where's he at?
He's a professional gridiron football quarterback who's a free agent.
Oh,
he's 27.
Here's the dude that I thought. Here's we'll go.
Oh, he was with the Arlington Renegades, except he was not on the roster after the 2024 dispersal draft. So yeah, sad.
We need to think during the break. Pick a quarterback or player that missed out on the Heisman either due to injury or circumstance. Mine, I'm telling you mine right now, so you guys can't come on. Because I'm gonna tell you, I used to stay up and watch this dude. And at this point in time, I was like, man, Scott Frost calling some plays. Okay, was my man Dennis Dixon. He was cold-blooded. Now, whoever's the groundskeeper down there in Tucson at Arizona, if I'm Dennis Dixon, you can't live no more. You cost me the Heisman. You costed me getting drafted. You cost me a national championship. One little dead leg, and the leg was gone. Dennis Dixon's in the mind. We're going to see who you guys come with. Jay Foreman, DP Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey, I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. I'm going a little bit off schedule here. I picked Dennis Dixon, and I told him during the break why I like Dennis Dixon. This is right when Oregon started. They were already kind of on the map, but Dennis Dixon was having a phenomenal year, was pretty much unstoppable. I thought that he was going to probably win the Heisman. He was exciting to watch. He had these little bird legs, but the best part is why I like C.J. Stroud. He was slew-footed.
Rhymes with flu-soot.
Yeah, he was slew-footed. Unfortunately, down there in Tucson that night, got caught in that janky turf. We can't use Boykin from TCU because Boykin Deshaun Watson himself out of it. Who's your pick, Austin? Who's your pick?
Okay, I'm going to. I put together a list of 5. So I'm going to run down them in reverse. I'll call it 4, right? Because I think
right.
T. Frazier is the obvious one.
Yeah, sure.
Right. The other 4 that I came up with: Michael Vick never won a Heisman.
Okay.
Yeah. Bryce Love from Stanford had a couple really good years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah.
After McCaffrey didn't win it, for Stanford. So that was part of that conversation. The guy that finished one spot behind Dennis Dixon in 2007, Pat White, quarterback, West Virginia.
If Pat White playing right now.
Steve Slayton was also very fun. Got some Heisman votes.
Yeah.
But I'm going to homer the crap out of this pick. Andrew Luck, back-to-back Heisman runner-up. Didn't win it.
Go ahead, DP. Do Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Chewbacca. That's a new name. Chewbacca.
Thank you, Austin. It's a fantastic pick. Cerebral assassin move by Austin Orman.
Indianapolis did that wrong, man. They did him wrong.
So the local picks, and Ndamukong Suh is a pick that makes way too much sense too often. The Tommy Frazier thing made too much sense. They talk about, the greatest run ever. If it happens one game earlier, he wins the trophy, and it solves.
Yeah.
It actually legitimizes it.
They held it against him that when we played Oklahoma, and there was the only game that he didn't pretty much dominate. He had like top 5 defense.
Yeah, it's there, but I think the guy who highlighted in the big moment, and you talk about if he was playing now, would be Vince Young.
He won the Heisman. Did Vince win it?
I don't think Vince won it. Did Vince win it?
No.
Let me double check.
Maybe that's why he beat the break. That's why he was probably
like he was like Reggie and Glendale,
Matt Leinart. Yeah, take this with you. All your little first round picks.
Yeah.
I'm carrying the ball every time.
I just in my mind that year stands out.
Vince finished second behind Reggie Bush and ahead of Matt Leinart in 2005.
Yeah.
So and again,
that's the biggest.
There's
one.
3 of y'all couldn't beat me,
and it's hard because Reggie Bush deserved it.
Well, here's the thing: Reggie had dudes with him, like he had a backfield of NFL dudes.
Yeah.
We don't know who the running back was for Texas.
It was Jamal Charles.
Was it Jamal?
That's an NFL Hall of Famer.
But listen, it wasn't NFL Jamal Charles.
Right. Okay.
Right. Because remember, he had injury issues at Texas, and he was kind of just working through. So,
and who was Vince throwing to that he threw for like 3,000 yards? Who was he?
The tight end ended up being good because he ended up going to Houston for a while, but not to the level of USC.
Right. USC had stars at every position.
Okay.
On both sides.
2005 Texas, since we're doing this, and it's fun. Okay, so Vince Young, 3,000 yards on 65% completion.
Yep.
Jamal Charles was the leading rusher, 7 yards per carry, 119 carries for 878 yards.
Yeah.
Your leading receivers, Billy Pittman.
There he is.
David Thomas, Limas Swede, Brian Carter, and Quan Cosby.
Now, David Thomas was good. Yeah, he was really good. But Lyman Sweden and what's the other dude?
Brian Carter or Quan Cosby.
And didn't USC's team that year have 2 NFL wide receivers?
They had everybody.
For comparison, USC 2005.
Yeah.
We have so Matt Leinart, John David Booty.
Man.
You had Reggie Bush, Lendale White in the backfield.
Yep.
Both went for 1,300 plus.
Yep.
You had, Steve Smith.
Yep.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, Dwayne Jarrett was the leading receiver.
Yep.
Dominique Byrd.
Tight end, right?
Believe so, yeah. Someone named Chris McFoy.
Go down the linemen because they had the Khalil brothers, right? Or one of them.
I can't see offensive line right here. Their defense leading tacklers, Oscar Lua, Frosty Rucker. Cedric Ellis was on that defense. Ray Maulaga.
Second round pick.
Brian Cushing.
Yep.
Was on that defense. Clay Matthews was a young guy.
Yep.
On that defense.
Yeah, Patterson that went to Philly. He was a young guy on that roster. I mean, they were deep.
Yeah.
That's why they're considered one of the top teams with 95 Nebraska and Miami.
That's why that one stood out.
Yeah.
That Vince did a thing.
And you know who else I'm going to say who set forth the path of Christian McCaffrey and Love to get overlooked? Toby Gerhart.
Mm-hmm.
Cold.
Toby Gerhart was unstoppable. Heck, I mean, and they said, oh, well, he's playing at night. Well, here comes Christian McCaffrey, better than him, and he doesn't get the vote. So it's essentially the circumstances of being at Stanford, playing a lot of games late at night, stymied them. And then obviously you could throw in Randy Moss, who was he was at Marshall, so that's the circumstances. And it was it Peyton Manning, him, Charles Woodson, all them. So yeah.
And everybody knew that he and Chad Pennington were Power 5 guys just playing it more.
Yeah. And well, Randy had been at Florida State, Notre Dame, and things are a lot different. But hey, you know what? Worked out well for him, for both of them.
Man, oh man.
It's always interesting because everybody's, it's like Tommy didn't win the Heisman, but he was definitely the best player. The against Florida, it lets you know. And then it was like Eddie George had pull up Eddie George. What do you have? Like 200 some yards against that last game, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was a sham.
And I don't want to I'm not
Completely
taking anything away from Eddie George, but I mean, Tommy, you're the best player on the best team. You're an iconic player on an iconic team.
So Eddie George got 268 first, 248 second, 163rd place votes. Tommy got 218 firsts, 192 seconds, 158 thirds. Eddie George in 1995. Trying to find the game log.
It was the last game, right? That cemented it for him.
Shoot, I can't see a game log. Give me a second.
Was it against Penn State or something, Michigan State or somebody like that? And I know he went off, and then we'd struggled against Oklahoma. Wasn't like the game wasn't up for grabs, but they always had played. Oklahoma's defense was. You looked out there, and them dudes was hitting. Boy, they were some hard heads. Like when you play. This is when when Oklahoma was hitting. I looked out there, them dudes was ashy. You could see how ashy they were from the sideline. They had a different type of ash.
Okay, so that 1995 game, I forget his first name, but it's not pulling up here, but Biaka Batuka ran for 313.
Tamanga.
Biaka Batuka.
Tim Biaka Batuka, who
313 yards on Ohio State in 95.
Biak.
21. Tamanga.
Went right down to Carolina.
It went right down to Carolina. His rookie, as a matter of fact, I had dinner on his rookie credit card.
Come on, DP.
Hey, listen, man. We went down. It was him from that Michigan team. There was Matt Elliott, Greg Skrepenek, the big left tackle, and then there was another Wolverine from that team. Also, Rocket Ismail.
Yeah.
Ray Caruth was also on that. Was also on that rookie tab. That was a different time. That was a different time.
Yeah.
And Timmy was amazing. If he could have stayed healthy
in the league,
if he had stayed healthy in the league,
he would have done some things. Same way I always tell people was Kajana Carter, if he would have stayed healthy. Curtis Enos, I don't think he was ever his skill set didn't match up, right? Kajana Carter was the real deal. I think Kajana Carter played high school, was a really good basketball player. I think his other guard was like Eric Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them two dudes.
Wow. This is weird because
hoops.
Yeah. I thought Biaka Batuka had more numbers than he did.
And this is what running backs a lot like quarterback. If especially back then, because a big emphasis was drafting running backs high.
Mm-hmm.
They were the prime, position. If you're going to Carolina, if you're going to Cincinnati, if you're going, and if you're going to the Bears, you have no offensive line.
Yeah, he had some. He literally it was a makeshift offensive line. Man,
that must be Dom's recipe.
Norberto Davis Garrido was at one tackle with
Greg Skrepenek.
With Skrepenek and Frank Garcia and Matt Elliott. You had some. Hey, yeah, you.
I'm telling you, man. I always talk about David.
But they
Carr.
made it to the championship game with that offensive line,
but the defense was loaded.
Oh yeah, the defense was just. Oh my goodness! That linebacker group of Kevin Green, Sam Mills, Lamar Lathan, and who's the other linebacker?
Was it Carlton Bailey?
Yeah. Plus, you were so good defensively that Toy Cook was your nickel.
Yeah, he didn't even start.
Right, he was your Eric Davis at one corner. You got from the 49ers. Ty Poole.
Carnell Lake too.
Yeah, you had some dudes down there on the
Carnell Lake, man. He's got to make the Hall of Fame,
man. Right? Like they could defend it, they could get after it. Dwight Hands of Stone out there. playing wide receiver.
Yeah. And who was the Olympic sprinter returner? Michael Bates.
Michael
Yeah.
Bates from Arizona State.
Yeah.
He was a Pro Bowler. No, it was that group. Bianca Patuka was the guy, but he kept getting hurt, and that's how Fred Lane came in and beat him out. Because Fred Lane was just like, okay, I'll do exactly what you tell me and get it through. So it was Fred Lane, Bianca Patuka, and Anthony Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony
From Notre
Johnson.
Dame.
Yeah, Anthony Johnson. So
and it's also when you look at, even when at that time they were called the Redskins, they had Stephen Davis.
Big country.
Right? But when he was at the Redskins, he was under a lot of heat.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't catch his wind or catch his career, uptick until he came to Carolina.
Yep.
Who learned from Tim Biakbatuka, invested in their offensive line, changed their philosophy, and man, everybody's like, man, he looked like his legs are fresh. Well, look, them holes are a lot bigger.
Hey, bro,
they was moving some people, man.
It looked. Well, you went and got Jordan Groves.
You had Jordan Groves, then you had your boy that they got from Minnesota was the other one.
You went and got some dudes.
Todd Stussy, right?
Yep.
And then you had Donnelly, and then they had the really good center that they got from Tampa, I think. A little bit smaller, but he was good. I mean, they were physical.
That was, that era of football and the transition, the way college followed the NFL and what it was doing. And then as soon as they went to that passing game, the college was like, okay, no more big backs.
You know what's crazy?
We're done.
Is back then college would follow the NFL, right? Now the NFL is starting to follow college. You see a lot more RPOs and stuff like that. A lot of more nickel defenses. You start to see all these different type of stuff you're doing. So it's a lot different, man. And it's pretty cool how it's changed. And so, I'm sure at one point in time it'll flip back because it's a copycat league. I remember when Tampa Bay won the championship, and this is a big shout out to Monty Kiffin. They ran the Tampa 2. Then everybody in the league wanted to run Tampa 2. They wanted to draft like that, right? Then when New England won, everybody tried to run the 3-4. Then you started to even trickle. Then you saw it down when Alabama, they were dominating the 3-4. Bob Diaco comes here, tries to do the 3-4. So it all kind of, heck, we've seen it, right? We were running the option for I don't know how long. That USC was taking off. Well, then everybody said, you know what? This option isn't working. So we need to go, pro style. And then the next thing you know, everybody runs spread, which is essentially, to be honest with you, for everybody, it's just the option offense with a couple guys displaced.
Deep, man. That's how it went down.
And I will tell you, Coach Thomas Osborne did run quarterback power. He ran option out of shotgun. So what you're seeing now is not anything new. Trust me, I saw it all the time. And getting around the tackle with Amon Green and Lawrence Phillips running, if they get their shoulders in the alley, was not a fun thing to do, especially when it was hot like yesterday. But we're hot today. Great show. We're going to take a quick break, come back, put a bow on this bad boy. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through July 16th is spend $30, get 2 New York strips for free. Also, 10% off all beef jerky. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
For only $2.99 a day, LES powers life's sweetest moments and keeps all your summer treats icy cold and ready. Learn more at les.com/value.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers. Strike three, you're out! Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Short segment, old school. I think one of the things that came out that was kind of funny with the media days down there for the SEC was, we won't get into Sankey said, look, we're 16 today, we'll be 16 tomorrow. Essentially, we're shutting everybody out. They said the only way we're taking Florida State is if it's a fire sale, because he said he wouldn't take Florida State if the ACC was still alive because they're high maintenance. But the best quote was they interviewed Nicholas Saban and asked him about Texas and how Texas usually comes in and tries to run every conference that they've been in. Now, we've seen it, and they've pretty much done a good job of it at the Big 12 for a while. He just said, hey, listen, Texas, you in for a whole new ball game here, brother. There's people down here that are arrogant. and they got just as much money as you, and this is the best football you're going to see. So you're putting them on notice.
We don't like you.
Yeah, we're going to welcome you in greatly. It's going to be interesting to see if they can handle it week in and week out. I think it's no different than Oregon. It's no different than Washington, USC. When you get into the Big Ten, like year 2, 3, it's week in and week out.
Is that the same? Because Oregon is getting credit for being Oregon, even though they haven't been in the Big Ten. Texas is not getting credit for the season that they had while in the SEC. Like Texas actually played against a schedule that was right.
Yeah.
Which one do you expect to have a better season?
Well,
yeah,
I think Texas will, just based on the quarterback. I like the way Sark has built that team. I mean, it's built like an SEC team. I mean, they are big, they are physical, they are fast. I think Oregon's. I'm gonna say Texas. I think Oregon's still too small and too soft on defense.
Okay.
They're not the same teams, but let's not forget Oregon ran all over Ohio State not long ago.
Yeah.
You know, I still
They ran
I'm
elementary.
Gonna go Oregon.
You're gonna go Oregon?
I've been on the Oregon train all offseason. I don't think Texas is going to be bad. Like that's a college football playoff team, but I think Oregon walks in the door as the second best team in the Big Ten.
They got athletes, dude, and Dan Lanning's done a good job. I mean, he's building it like an SEC team as well. It's just going to be interesting to see how they adjust. I think Texas got a little bit of a taste the last couple of years. And you got to think not too long ago. Now, Sark wasn't there. As you know, Texas beat Georgia, and the quarterback got talking about we're back. He ended up playing for the Colts.
Sam Ellinger.
Yep, played for the Colts.
Back.
It's just I'm gonna keep a good eye on Oregon. I want to see what Oregon is going to be like in 25, because you've hit the portal home run grand slam the last 2 ones. Bo Nix, perfect for your system, right? Gets drafted top 12. Gabriel is perfect for your system. What's after that? Because the quarterback and how they play it.
Well, they got more, the UCLA transfer.
But let's see what you are. Now, if they sprinkle them in this year and you kind of can project, it'll be interesting. But either way, I think both teams are going to be in the final 12.
Okay.
But if one of them isn't DP,
somebody in trouble.
That seat warmer is going to be at level 3 or the 4.
Somebody got to go home.
Hey, quick. Listen.
Somebody go home.
Them Texas boys, they'll turn on you quick, boy.
Greyhound.
Yes, sir. You'll get Billy Bob John coming there with that big old 20-gallon hat and that big old belt buckle. He's like, hey, I just wrote you a check to leave.
Grab your stuff.
It ain't no grab. We got it for you. By the time that they're meeting with you, they've already packed up your stuff and say, don't worry about it. It's at your house.
The van's already outside.
That we're selling tomorrow because we let you in.
The van's running.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We'll pay. We'll pay for that. Yeah. Anyways, old school. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night.